This will lead, as always, to the licking of his whole body, the coarse, mangy fur like sawgrass against his tongue. He spreads the toes of one back paw and gnaws something hard and spiny away from the pad. He shakes his head fiercely to dislodge it from his teeth and then groans, rolls over flat on his side. He is in a trance now, one lobe of the brain completely at rest, in a smooth white fog that settles completely, like bed covers, and doesn't lift until dark. The other lobe is on edge, senses open so wide they collect amazing things, the screaming of unseeable insects hopping from one hair follicle to another, the droning currents emanating from power lines a quarter-mile away, the throbbing of water deep beneath the ground. In the fog, each paw twitches in preparation for the leap, the bite, the flat-out escaping run. Through the mist creeps a glowing, dull-witted bunny, eyes stupid, tail erect. Yellow paws pulse against the dirt as the coyote closes over its belly, and suddenly the bunny is a chicken, and the prized feel of it, white feathers beating softly against his muzzle, causes him, like a dog being petted, to wag heavily against the grass and bark lightly in sleeping pleasure. In my dreams, the ground murmurs over and over until I'm ready to wake up swinging. I am Kansas, it says. I am Kansas, I am Kansas, I am Kansas. This is a train headed for Arizona, and those are other passengers. The guy across from me has on house slippers and a hat because it's freezing in here. He's reading a book with a sprawled dead woman on the cover. Beside me, Eric is sleeping with his neck exposed and both hands lying open and empty. God. I put my own hands back into my armpits, bring my knees up, bend my head down, and try to sink back into some kind of blankness. Inside my mind, a green and brown landscape appears, a mountain hillside with white-tailed deer arranged here and there, a stump, a path, a clump of rocks. Old slides from past vacations click into place and then disappear, one after another. The wheels drone, a burned forest, the sharp gaze of a fox, a pair of ponies standing at a fence, wildflowers and broken barns. They each snap into position, linger while I look, and then make way for the next. Beneath me, the gravelly ground goes on, explaining itself in dull tones. I am Kansas, I am Kansas, I am Kansas. Small to medium-sized creatures creep and coil themselves over the desert floor, making their separate ways toward their separate destinies. Big creatures drive their cars along its roads and mostly don't get out, except to take leaks at the edge of the blacktop, or point their cameras, hesitate, and give up. It looks different through the lens than through the windshield, empty and blank and pointless. I'm in a green tent that turned luminous a few minutes ago when the sun hit it. Eric is cooking breakfast and I'm lying in a sleeping bag, not wanting to get up. It is freezing, that much is definitely true, and my shoulders hurt from too much sun and the ground is hard as a city street. Come on and get up, Eric calls. It's warm out here. I peel up a corner of the green door and see him turning omelets with one gloved hand. The other is inside his coat pocket. He's got binoculars around his neck and a purple wool baseball cap on his head. He looks like a maniac. I'm getting up.